Hello and welcome, game-passionate people! This is another gameplay video from Orcs Must Die 3 as we continue through the campaign on a quest to get 5 skulls on Rift Lord difficulty. This is level 5, Split Stairs, and I'm TopShelfToy. Just a quick refresher or reminder or just general information for anyone who may not be familiar with this game or gameplay style. This is an action tower defense game. So every level there is a rift that you need to protect from these rampaging orcs. The orcs usually have multiple points of entry, and oftentimes will have multiple paths to the rift that you as the war mage character need to contend with.
Hey, shouldn't have messed with me.
Before you start each level, you have the option to select whatever weapons, traps, or trinkets you think will best suit your playstyle or the environment in which you need to contain these hordes of rampaging orcs. Now let's talk about loadouts. I am using 2 different weapons like I usually do. I'm using the stone staff primarily for its area of effect flash freeze, and I'm using the magical longbow as a projectile weapon. I thought I'd switch it up. I usually use the crossbow, but the longbow is good as well. Each arrow from the longbow is much more powerful than the crossbow, but its rate of fire is significantly slower. Now for traps, I'm using a handful. I've been trying to show just a couple on the earlier levels, but now things start to get hairy, so you'll see me using more and more different kinds of traps going forward. For this video, you'll be seeing the arrow wall with the unique upgrade that it can pierce enemies, damaging an additional target. I'm using the Brimstone with the unique upgrade that will reduce cooldown. I'm using gravity pillars with the unique upgrade that will deal physical damage. And I'm using wall chargers that will stun enemies on hit with their unique upgrade. So the strategy that I'm using for this level is pretty reliant upon barricades. Barricades can be a really useful tool to help channel the orcs into a direction that you want them to go into, or into almost like a single file line. In the load screen for this level, it basically tells you that the most effective strategy is to cut the orcs off from one of these staircases completely, which is why when I started the level, I put the 3 barricades down on the ground floor to try to block off any orcs from even trying to go up that staircase and force them into this one where I'm starting to set up all my traps. Now, barricades don't do any damage, and most orcs will just turn away and follow the path of least resistance. But there is an enemy type called the Kobalt Sapper that will seek out and destroy barricades. Whoops, got myself a little overextended there. Make sure that none of these little chumps get all the way up to the top floor here and into the rift, so we'll clean up the stragglers. One more. Okay, on to the next wave. What was I saying about those Kobalt Sappers? Oh yeah, they blow up the barricades and usually themselves as well. So it's a good idea on this level in particular to set up a second set of barricades on the off chance that they get through the first set. They'll probably kill themselves, in which case that second set will still deter any other orcs that may be trying to follow in their footsteps. This kill box is starting to look pretty good. I've probably invested the most in the gravity pillars, and the reason that I'm using those for this level is they have incredible range. They are a ceiling trap, and as you can see, the ceiling is pretty far up there, but the gravity pillars will reach all the way down to the ground floor and pull orcs up, so long as they're not very heavy enemy types like that ogre there. That's why I've got the wall charger and the arrows to help offset those guys. If I was, for example, to use like a swinging mace, it wouldn't be able to hit the orcs because it just swings too shallow. But those gravity traps, those gravity pillars, they do the trick for sure. I'm also setting up these arrows with piercing because I want them to be immobilized with the gravity pillar and then get stuck like a pincushion with these arrows. Now that I've got some extra gold, might as well throw some brimstone down there.
More enemies on the way. Yeah, looking good.
Okay, we're wave 4 out of 6. We've got about 5 minutes left, and now the game is going to start really throwing the bad guys at us.
And stay down.
One nice thing about the Kobalt Sappers is when they do come on the board, you do get an audio cue. They give a weird little shriek. And if they do manage to destroy a barricade, the game announcer will let you know they've destroyed a barricade. Thankfully, nothing on that top floor has been hit, so I'm not worried about that. When I do get a little bit of a break in the action, I am going to need to get over to that other side and reset up those barricades for the next wave. Taking a lot of damage, so I'm going to use the Rift's healing powers here to help me out and get back to it, make sure nobody gets through there.
Did I really do that?
Alright, wave cleared. They only give you a couple seconds between each wave to get stuff set up, so you got to be quick on your feet, know what you need to equip, and get over and do it. Now there's the barricade that they destroyed. I'm going to replace that one so that if another set of sappers comes through, they won't just go to the second set of barricades, they'll have to blow up that same first set again.
I hope that works. Whoa! This will catch him off guard. We've destroyed the barricade.
Okay, there was that audio cue with the announcer telling me that they've destroyed another barricade. So I'm still safe with the second set up there, but mental note, I gotta get down there and reset that before the next wave, wave 6, gets thrown at us. Let me give a quick little shout out to the trap reset trinket. I think I failed to mention that earlier in the video. It is one of my favorite trinkets, primarily because it has the ability to passively reset traps faster. So I love having that in my loadout. If nothing else, it just means my arrow wall is going to fire more arrows, or my brimstone is going to burn a little bit longer. So have you heard me mention that I hate the armored ogres? Because I hate the armored ogres. They're such a pain. They're a great enemy type because they're really intimidating and make a big difference when they're on the battlefield. But man, they take a lot of damage. They're actually strong against headshots, if you can believe that. One of the best methods to hurt them is electricity, which is why I've got those wall chargers, but you know, even on a board like this, it doesn't seem like it's enough. Okay, there we go. We replaced those barricades. They will have to blow those up again if they want to even get to the second level. Here's an extra wall charger in case we see some more armored ogres, which we most likely will. Do not want to get overrun by those clowns.
That's the stuff. They're attacking the barricade. Should be good. Hey, shouldn't have messed with me.
This kill box is looking great now. Not very easy for anything to get through. We're getting hit on all sides. They've got wall traps hitting them. They've got floor traps burning them, and they've got ceiling traps pulling them up into the air. Hopefully, where more wall traps will hit them. Gotta love trap on trap on trap action. Alright, this looks like the last push. Look at all these heavies coming at you. Thankfully, we've softened them up pretty good with all these arrows. They got to get burnt walking even over onto this plateau. And there it is. Alright. Victory. Awesome. Another 5-skull victory on Rift Lord difficulty. Really appreciate you checking us out here on Game Passionate. If you enjoyed the video, please don't forget to give a like or comment or subscribe, or all three if you haven't done any. And if you do like Orcs Must Die 3 and want to see more content, keep an eye out on the channel for more videos like this. The next one I post, I believe, will be the first war scenario, so look forward to that. I hope you're having a great day or night wherever you're from, and we'll see you next time. Bye!